You can take me to the skies. It's like being lost in heaven when I'm lost in your eyes. I get in a class. Isn't this what's called romance? Oh, I'll be found when I am lost in your eyes. Hey everyone, it's Cheyenne, and that was Lost in Your Eyes by Debbie Gibson. Now this is a song that I've heard since I was a little kid, and I've always loved this song, and I put off doing it for so long because of some of the low notes in it. I wasn't sure if I could hit them, but then I practiced it last night, kind of quietly because it was while I was babysitting, right before I fell asleep, and I was able to hit them. You know, I was kind of more quiet on them like you noticed in the video, but I was able to hit them, so I was like, okay, I could do this song. And I've done No More Rhyme by Debbie Gibson before, and I think she's only got there's only like 2 other karaoke versions of her songs. Okay, wait, let me say this correctly. There are only 2 other songs that have karaoke versions on there that I could find, which kind of makes me sad because they're not really songs that I know super well and that I've liked as a kid. Some of my favorite songs by Debbie Gibson are just like You Don't Have to See and Can't Do This Alone, or Can't Do It Alone, I think is what it's called, and For Better or Worse, and Fancy, and Don't You Want Me Now. Those ones are, like, by far some of my favorite songs by her, and none of them have a karaoke version, which I was kind of sad about. But, I mean, they're all great songs, and I mean, just going back and listening to them brings back a lot of memories from growing up, just because these are songs that I grew up listening to. As well as, you know, stuff like It's My Party and I'll Cry If I Want To, and Sitting on the Dock of the Bay, and stuff like that. And I remember I went to Kids Club, which is this kind of daycare at my mom's college, when I was really young, and you were supposed to only go until you were about 4 years old, and then you were, you know, kind of done. But because I loved Kids Club so much, and because I can't remember if it was like the owner of the building that Kids Club was in, or the you know, boss of the people at Kids Club, or something like that, heard me skipping down the hall singing all the lyrics to Chapel of Love, which was one of my favorite songs back then. I used to know all of the lyrics, and so she let me stay longer, and I became kind of like a member of Kids Club, where I even got a shirt, you know. It said Kids Club on it, and it was this dark green color, and I don't know what happened to that shirt. Like, I wish I could have kept it, because it was, I mean, it was awesome, you know. And I've kept some of my older shirts, like from my parents going out on, you know, when my dad had to go to different states for his job when he was in the military, he would bring back stuff for us, and typically they were shirts. Because what we were all planning on doing when we were older, like, we were going to take the parts of the shirts that had where it was from and everything on it, and put it into a quilt, and make a big quilt out of it. And I'm still planning on doing that. I think so are my siblings. But it's a whole memory thing, and it would have been so cool to keep it, but I guess I got rid of it sometime, and I just don't remember it. I kind of got a little bit sick last night. I'm not sure if it was just that I hadn't gotten enough sleep the night before that, because I'm fine this morning, or at least I feel fine, other than a slightly stuffed nose, which really isn't that bad. But I had a fever of like 100 last night, 100.4 I think it was, and so that was great. But I checked it this morning and it seems fine, so I think everything will turn out okay. But yeah, that's pretty much it, so I'm going to go ahead and go. The rights to the song go to Debbie Gibson and her producers, and the rights to the music go to Robert64643 3, I think it was what it was. Was that what it was? 64642. Sorry about that. But it's a great song. If you haven't heard the original, definitely go listen to it. If you haven't heard any of the other songs that I mentioned, I would definitely suggest going to listen to those. Those are amazing songs, and they are some of my favorites. But other than that, I'm going to go ahead and go. I love you guys so much. Stay you. Believe in yourselves because you guys are absolutely amazing, and I mean that. Don't forget that. Don't forget to dance today. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you